Hello and welcome to Kelly Bailey Wellness. Today we are going to be doing an outdoor workout. The weather is really nice, and during the summer I tend to give the weights a little bit of a rest and do a little bit more body weight stuff, and anything that I can do outdoors is what I prefer to do. So I'm going to take you through one of my body weight workouts today. If you do need a little bit of equipment. If you don't have it though, you can do this completely without. I will do my best to do modifications. So as far as equipment, it is helpful to have a dog, not a dog. She's my therapy animal while I'm doing my workout. You want to have a yoga mat if you have a hard surface, or I've done this workout on the hard surface before. You just have to be a little bit careful when you're laying down on your back to protect yourself. Also, it is helpful to have a bench. As I said, there's a couple exercises we're going to utilize a bench. If you don't have a bench, we can modify as necessary. And if you happen to have a stretchy band, that will also be helpful. If you don't have a band, not a huge deal. I will help you modify. So we're going to go ahead and get started with a warm-up. And again, this is all body weight, so we're just going to go right into a couple of circuits of body weight exercises that are going to serve as our warm-up. So we're going to start with some squats. We're going to do 10 of them coming up onto the toes. So remember, for your squats, you need to push the hips back and then coming up onto the toes. Try not to shift forward. Now you got to shift back to your heels. So let's go ahead and do 10 of those. So squatting back, keep the chin up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to do a split lunge. So if you happen to have a wall or something or a chair next to you that you can use for extra support, go ahead and do that if you need it. But you're going to get into a lunge position, and you need to keep your chin up, your shoulders up and back. Try not to lean forward. You're going to drop straight down, and you're going to come straight back up, and you should push through that front heel. We're going to do 5 of these per side, total of 10. Drop down. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're going to switch sides. Drop down for 1. Keep the weight in that front heel, so push through the heel. 3, 4, and 5. All right, next we're going to do probably one of my favorite but also least favorite exercises. We're going to do inchworms or walkouts. So my clients are well aware of what this is. You're going to reach down, you're going to feel stretched through the hamstrings. You're going to walk yourself out to a plank position, and then we're going to go all the way back to standing. This is a great exercise because it stretches the back of the legs a little bit and the low back. It also works the core muscles. So we're going to do 5 of these. So walking out, there's 1. That's a full one. There's 2. It's totally okay to bend your knees. You have a little bit of extra help if you got kids or dogs. This can be done even if you got distractions. Last one. And standing up. All right, next exercise you're going to do, and again, we're just in the warm-up, but we're also getting some core work here. You're going to walk yourself back out, and we're going to do a T-plank. So you're going to be straight arm plank, then you're going to shift, and if you can, you're going to look at your hand as it goes up in the air. If you can't, you can keep your eyes on the horizon if your balance is a struggle. You can also do this from your knees. So we're going to shift from one direction to another, not standing back up between. So we're gonna do 5 per side, total of 10. So let's start. Here's 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, lots of control. 4, 5, and 5. Hit the knees down. If you need a mat, you're gonna grab it for the next one because we're gonna go on our back. Push that out of the way just a little bit. And we are gonna start with a crunch variation. So the beginner version of this crunch would be arms starting overhead, and then you're gonna reach up towards the knees. If you wanna make it a little more challenging, you can lift your legs and you're gonna reach for your shins. So let's go ahead and do 10 of these. These. Not. No. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nope, nope, nope. All right. Next, you're gonna move your heels a little bit closer to your rear end, and you're gonna push through your heels, and you're gonna squeeze through the rear end and through your hamstrings. So we're gonna do 15 of those. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, really squeeze. 7, open the hip joint. 8, this is really good if you have low back pain. 9, it strengthens the muscles that need strengthened. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, one more, and 15. Gonna let the hips come down. You're gonna go to flat out position. One arm is gonna go overhead, and then you're gonna reach up for the shin. So a little bit of a cross body crunch here. All right, and we are not gonna switch sides doing this, not today. We're still doing warm-up stuff. All right, let's go ahead and start. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are going to do 10 per side. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switching sides. So this arm is here for support, other arm overhead. Woo, and I wanted to lift the same leg. You see how the brain and the body work? My brain didn't want me to use that other side, but we got to do opposite arm to opposite leg. So this is also a brain exercise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're gonna take a little bit of a rest here, probably about 30 seconds. I just love working out outside. About 30 seconds here, and then we're gonna do that circuit one more time. That's gonna complete our warm up and core work, and then we're gonna get into more of a full body circuit.
From high school sports to community events and beyond, you can find all of your favorite local shows on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Hi, I'm Kristen Gambasini from Craft Table. You can check out my show as well as other local favorites such as Medina Minute, Cooking with Kelly, and Leisure and Literature on Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Check us out right now on Channel 100 or search Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on YouTube for playlists and much more. Spirit, town pride, community. This is the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
All right, one more time through that circuit. We're gonna start with those squats. So remember with the squat, you only go down as low as is comfortable for your knees and your hips. So some people can squat a lot lower than others. Make sure you're listening to your body here. Most important things, you wanna keep your knees tracking out over your toes instead of coming inwards. And you want to sit back on your heel a little bit. Weight should always be towards the back of the foot. Anytime I'm doing squats or deadlifts, I can always keep my toes lifted. All right, that'll kind of tell you whether you're doing it the right way. And chin is up. So let's do 10, but we are gonna rock up onto our toes right at the end. So down, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to move into that split lunge. If going up and down is not great for you, you can try holding your lunge while we do our reps, or you could even go back to a squat or a squat hold. Find your balance, chin up, shoulders up and back, dropping down, there's 1. Push up through that front heel, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch sides. Find your balance. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, moving back for the least favorite, the inchworms. So nice stretch through the back of the leg, walking it out to plank, walking it all the way back up to stand. We're doing 5 of these. On number 2, that was 2. There's 3. Getting ahead of myself on that count. Just want them to be over. There's 4. And there's 5. Walking back out for T-plank. 5 per side. Shift, look up, 1. Lots of control, not speed. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 5. And I'm getting doggy kisses. All right, but she moved off of the mat for me. What are you doing right here? Lay down. All right, look at that. I'll give her the mat. All right, so we're gonna lay down. We're gonna start with that crunch. So arms are gonna be overhead, reaching up for the knees, or if you're more advanced, reaching up for the shins, and that one hurts if you don't have a mat behind your back. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Hip extensions. So these are these hip pushes. Remember, you're opening the hip joint, pushing through the heel. So 15 of these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Going to be straight out. If you've got something behind you, you may have to bend your elbows a little bit, kind of like I do here. Reaching up. I'm going to have one arm at the side for a little bit of extra support as I lift towards the shin and doing a little bit of a crossover crunch there to get in those obliques. There's 2, 3. You're a spoiled dog. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching sides. Remember, we're doing opposite arm to opposite leg, so your brain's got to make a little bit of a shift there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we're going to give it a little bit of a rest here. We're going to take a rest break, probably about 1 to 2 minutes, and then we're going to get into the main workout. So make sure you have a bench handy. If you do have a band, make sure you have that handy and your water.
Sending files, watching your favorite shows, adjusting your smart thermostat, calling mom. There's so much you can do today, it's amazing. But how do you manage all that new technology? Armstrong gives you control of your home network and all the entertainment that makes your world go round. If you need help, we're easy to reach for support too, by phone, web, or at our service locations. Armstrong is here to make everything work for you. Armstrong, keeping you connected.
So we took a little bit of a break. Hopefully you got some water. We're going to start the main circuit. So again, this is mostly body weight stuff. Now to make it a little bit harder, since we're not using weights, we're going to do a little bit of time under tension today. So what that means is our muscles are going to be under tension for slightly longer spans of time than normal. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about in just a minute. So make sure that you're listening to your body. Even though this is body weight, it's still probably going to be fairly challenging. These workouts actually make me pretty sore when I'm done with them. So, all right, we are going to start with something called a squat pump. So in our warm-up, we came up onto our toes. We're not doing that anymore. We also did a squat at a normal pace. So what you're going to see now is we're going to add in that time under tension. So we're going to squat down, halfway up, all the way back down, and then that's a full 1. So that's a squat pump. So that's going to be our first exercise. So let's go ahead and we're actually going to do 15 of those. If your fitness level isn't quite up to that level, then just do 10 or do whatever you can do comfortably. So we're going to do 15 of these. So squatting down, halfway up, little bounce in there, that time under tension. There's 2. Just a way to make the body weight stuff a little bit more challenging. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I start to feel that burn. 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, shake it out a little. Now we're gonna move to an upper body exercise. So we're gonna give our lower body a little bit of a chance to rest, force blood flow from the lower into the upper. It's actually a really great training technique. We're gonna do push-ups. Yay! So push-up modifications. There's the full push-up, which I'll demonstrate in a second, and the push-up from the knees. If you're a beginner, you can use a wall, or you can use a high table or a high bench, and you can do your push-ups a little bit easier that way. My dog died in the grass out there. All right. Next variation, if you're a little bit more fit, you can do push-ups from your knees. If you're quite strong, we're gonna be doing 10. You can do push-ups from your toes. So I'm gonna do the ones for my toes, because I know I can. So let's go ahead and do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we're going to come back up to a standing position, and we are going to do a lunge variation. So just like we did before, we're going to get into that split lunge position, but we're going to add in that bounce just like we did with the squat. So it's going to be down, a little up, and all the way up. So little bounce in the middle there. We're going to do 10 per side. We're going to add in a little bit of extra. So find your split lunge position. Again, if as a modification, if lunges are bad for your knees, you can use a wall, and you can do leg lifts or side lifts while we do our lunges. So still strengthening that lower body. All right, chin up, shoulders up and back, drop straight down, little bounce, all the way up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Try not to bang your knee on the floor like I just did. 8, 9, 10. Now you're going to drop back down on this side. We're going to bounce it out for 10. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ooh, you can really feel that in the thigh. So we're going to switch sides. If you need an extra second, take it. You can always pause the video. Find your balance. Drop down, little bounce. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Drop back down. Little pulse. You stay right here. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Catch your breath for just a second. Next, we're going to do what I call, I don't know, there's probably a different name, shoulder push-ups or shoulder ups. You can do this if you're very strong from an inverted position where you're actually upside down and doing it. So this would target the shoulders. We're going to do a very modified version of that. So you're going to want to find a wall, or if you have some sort of a high bench or a table, just make sure it's a very stable surface. You're gonna get your hips out away from it, and you're gonna bend at the waist. So, get your hair out of the way. And you're gonna bring the top of your head to the rail or to the wall. So here, pushing back off. And you'll find that the farther you get your feet away from your wall, the harder it's gonna be. So we're gonna go ahead and do 15 of these. If that's too hard for you, just do 10. All right, let's go ahead and do this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. I could really kind of start to feel that up in the shoulders. So it's a push-up variation that targets the shoulders. All right, next we are gonna do something I like to call angel lifts. Again, it's a challenging exercise. You may wanna have something in front of you, and you're gonna be in a lunge position where we're bent over. And if you've got good balance, you're gonna keep your hands down here, and we're gonna lift and extend this knee. So you're gonna get leg work, and as you bring your arms back, you're gonna get back work. If you're really unstable and you can't lift onto the single leg, keep that back foot planted. So that'll look more like this. Down and up. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna do 10 per side. So down and lift. Really squeeze the shoulder blades together in the back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switching sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, tune out distractions, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Now, if you have a band, this is where you're going to use it. If you do not have a band, don't worry about it. I'm just going to have you squeeze your muscles as if you had one. You're going to come to a seated position. Try not to disturb the dog, or she may decide she wants to play. You're going to loop the band around your feet. Make sure it's secure. You're going to grab the band real tight, lean back a little bit, and you're going to row. If you don't have a band, you're going to do the same thing, except you're not going to have the band. You're just going to squeeze those muscles. Now, the farther back you lean, the more you're also going to work your abdominal muscles, your core muscles. All right, leaning back. We're going to do 15. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. I love the bands because they allow you to get that back work. So if you were going to get any piece of equipment as a beginner, I would definitely recommend getting a nice band or two. All right, we've got one more exercise in this very long circuit. And this is where you're going to need your bench if you have one. If you don't have a bench, I can show you how to do this on the mat. So for those of you who have a bench, just make sure it's very sturdy and stable. We're going to be dropping our hips off the bench, and we're going to lift the leg, so it's very challenging. 8 per side. Drop down, Shoulders bend, everything in the upper body bends. As we push up, we're also going to push the hips up. So we'll drop down, push the hips up. If you don't have a bench, you're going to do the same movement. You just won't get as much through the shoulder, but you'll start from here. You'll lift a leg and you'll drop down and push up from there. So down, push up from there. We're going to do 8 per side. So drop the hips off the bench. Lift the leg. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switching sides. Really feeling this in the triceps and in the rear end. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, we're going to take a good rest before we go and do it all over again.
From high school sports to community events and beyond, you can find all of your favorite local shows on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Hi, I'm Kristen Gambasini from Craft Table. You can check out my show as well as other local favorites such as Medina Minute, Cooking with Kelly, and Leisure and Literature on Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Check us out right now on Channel 100 or search Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on YouTube for playlists and much more. Spirit, town pride, community. This is the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
All right, we're gonna start our circuit again. Hopefully you got some water. I am just sweating out here in this heat and humidity, but that's okay. I would prefer to do this outside any day over inside. Okay, so we're gonna go back to our squat pump. So that's the squat with the little bounce in between. We're not coming onto the toes. So keep your chin up, knees are out, little bounce, and all the way up there's 1. We're going to 15. 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't be afraid to make adjustments with your feet. If something doesn't feel right, you'll see me kind of moving my heels around a bit here and there. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, we're moving on to the mat or whatever push-up variation works for you. Could be against the wall, could be from your knees, could be a full push-up. We're gonna do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm gonna come back to standing. Move this out of the way again. And into the split lunge position. So find your balance. We're adding the bounce here. Make sure you're looking up if you can. Shoulders are up and back. Weight is pressing through the front or the front heel. Little bounce. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop back down. Pulse it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo! All right, burning it up. Okay, find your balance. Get your upper body in the right position. Drop down, little bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and bounce it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo. All right, we got shoulder ups next, but if you need a second, take it. When it comes to strength work, it's okay to take a little bit of a rest between your exercises. All right, so remember, you're bent over at the waist or at the hips here. So you can't be here and do the shoulder ups. Gonna bring the top of the head to your wall or your rail. There's 1. Doing 15. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, we're moving on to those angel lifts. So you're gonna get yourself into a split lunge position, very similar to what we were in before, except this time you're gonna lean over. Hands are gonna start right in front of this knee, and you're gonna lift everything. Just remember, if you can't, your balance isn't good, keep that back leg on the grounded. All right, 10 per side. There's 1, not switching though. 2, 3, the balance aspect is hard enough without switching sides. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switching sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we've got 2 more exercises to go, and then we're gonna call it a day. All right, we got our band pull next. So seated. Remember, if you don't have a band, you're gonna do the same thing, lean back and pulling as if you had one. Securely move that band. It's no fun when it snaps back at you. All right, lean back, pull that band. Keep the elbows close to the body as you row. 3, 4, 5, keep the chest nice and tall. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Since I'm still seated down here, I just want to remind you that the modification for the next one, for that single leg hip extension with the tricep dip, is going to be here to here. So you'll be going down and then up if you don't have a bench. If you do have a bench, it makes it a little bit more challenging. Doing 8 per side, but not switching. off the bench. Your standing leg should be at about a 90-degree angle. Lift in the other. Push up, open the hip joint. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switching sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, bring yourself back onto your bench there. We're gonna do just a really quick cool out, utilizing your bench if you have one. If you don't, you can also do this from the mat. So you're gonna bring one ankle over the knee. And if you're doing this on the mat, you're gonna sit on your rear end, you're gonna have one knee bent, and you're gonna cross that other ankle over. And you may have to lean back a little bit, but then you're gonna kind of push forward. So shoulders up, slight lean forward. You should feel that back in that hip. Most of us are very tight in here. Few deep breaths. Release that. And the other side. You want to hold your stretches for about 20 to 30 seconds. So reset, drop forward, relax the leg you're stretching. Hopefully you have your water handy. You can drink some water right now. And then the last thing you're gonna do, you're gonna come into a wide stance. You're gonna reach down, let the head hang. Bend the knees just a little bit, and you're gonna roll up through that spine. Arms are gonna go overhead. Little stretch through the front. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed this body weight workout that you can pretty much do anywhere, on vacation or during the summer outside. You can go do this at the park with your friends. So this is something that you can do when you don't have a lot of equipment, still very challenging. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Kelly Bailey. I own and operate Kelly Bailey Wellness, and you can reach me through www.kellybailey.fit. Thanks for working out with me.